In most societies, there is a widely accepted notion that women and children should be protected from the horrors of war. However, as with any compelling story, there were exceptions to this rule, particularly during World War II. Surprisingly, women played significant roles as spies during this tumultuous time. However, the consequences they faced when captured were incredibly harsh and difficult to believe. If you're curious to learn more about these remarkable women spies, the punishments they endured, and whether any of them managed to survive the tortures inflicted upon them. Throughout history, regardless of gender, people who were considered enemies or even suspected of engaging in resistance activities have often been subjected to torture and physical abuse. These included beatings, electric shocks, waterboarding, and many other brutal methods intentionally inflicted to shatter their willpower and extract vital information. Women have tragically endured not only physical abuses, but other forms of punishment such as sexual abuse, discrimination, and mistreatment. Women frequently found themselves facing unjust trials or summary judgments, which often led to their imprisonment or even death. Considering the extent of their suffering, it's difficult to even imagine the hardships they've endured as punishment. Particularly distressing is the fact that a lot of these women who are deemed enemies or belong to targeted groups have been subjected to forced labor within concentration camps and prisons. The women were cruelly forced into backbreaking physical labor, enduring unimaginable conditions that stripped away their humanity. They were pushed beyond their limits, their bodies and minds, suffering from the merciless hardships imposed. Tragically, they were also victims of sexual abuse, subjected to the heinous acts of rape perpetrated by soldiers, captors, and even their fellow prisoners. This despicable form of punishment aimed to degrade and assert power over these women, leaving them scarred with deep emotional trauma and anguish. These women, they knew what they were signing up for, and women ages 22 to 55 left their homes regardless. During the Second World War, a covert group known as the Special Operations Executive was established by the British. These brave individuals underwent rigorous training to master the art of communication using a unique code, allowing them to maintain contact with London. However, in 1943, it was suspected the enemy had managed to intercept and decipher these codes. The Germans cunningly exploited this intelligence by fabricating transmissions masquerading as the very agents who had been captured. This devious act posed a significant threat to the safety and success of the operatives involved, adding an extra layer of danger and uncertainty to their missions. The intelligence services at Baker Street failed to recognize these warning signs, which resulted in the tragic capture and killing of 27 operatives, including NOOR INAYAT Khan. NOOR INAYAT Khan was an incredible person who played a significant role in World War II. Born in Moscow, Russia to an Indian father and American mother, she grew up in France and later moved to England. Coming from Indian royalty, Noor had skills in horsemanship and marksmanship. During the war, she joined the British Special Operations Executive and made history as the first female wireless operator sent to occupied France. Noor's bravery and determination made her a true inspiration to others. Noor, operating under the codename Madeline, utilized her skills effectively. She dedicated herself tirelessly to gather vital intelligence and transmit crucial messages to the Allies. Official records attest to the pivotal role she played in facilitating the transportation of weapons and explosives to the resistance network, underscoring the immense importance of her contributions. With her fluency in French and intimate familiarity with Paris, she became a highly esteemed agent of exceptional worth. Despite the ever-present peril and the constant threat of being captured by the Gestapo, Noor demonstrated remarkable courage and unwavering resilience. She narrowly evaded capture on multiple occasions, defying the odds stacked against her. Tragically, in October 1943, just a few months after her arrival, Noor was betrayed and captured at her residence in Paris. She was taken to German security headquarters, where she couldn't destroy the hidden codes in her flat before Gestapo found them. This led to the creation of false transmissions mimicking her communications with the Special Operations Executive in London. She was imprisoned and later moved to a concentration camp, enduring daily interrogations and brutal torture at the hands of the Germans. Despite the relentless hardships, Noor bravely withheld any information from her captors. She made 2 initial escape attempts but was eventually confined to solitary isolation in a prison in southwestern Germany. For 10 agonizing months, she endured the harsh conditions, enduring the physical restraints of shackles on her hands and feet. At the young age of 30, Noor was executed at Dachau concentration camp on September 13, 1944. Her incredible bravery and unwavering commitment to the Allied cause have turned her into a symbol of courage and sacrifice. In recognition of her extraordinary contributions, the British government posthumously awarded Noor INAYAT Khan the George Cross the highest civilian honor, making her the only spy of Indian origin to receive this prestigious recognition. Another remarkable spy who endured similar torture was KRYSTYNA SKARBEK, also known as Christine Granville and often referred to as Churchill's favorite spy. Hailing from Poland, SKARBEK played a vital role in intelligence and espionage activities, particularly within the British Special Operations Executive. From a young age, she was actively involved in secret operations even before the war broke out. She assisted Jewish refugees and provided crucial intelligence to the Polish government, showcasing her dedication to the cause. When Germany invaded Poland in 1939, SKARBEK managed to escape to Hungary and eventually made her way to France. In France, she joined the Special Operations Executive, becoming one of their most accomplished agents. SKARBEK fearlessly embarked on perilous missions, often deep within enemy lines where she collected vital intelligence and organized resistance networks. Her acts of bravery included smuggling documents, securing safe houses, and even rescuing fellow agents from captivity. In January 1941, KRYSTYNA SKARBEK and another spy named Andrzej Kowerski found themselves in a treacherous situation when they were captured by the Gestapo in Hungary. Subjected to brutal torture during their interrogations, their fate hung in the balance. It was in this desperate moment that KRYSTYNA made a bold decision. Just 2 days into the interrogation, she bit her tongue, causing blood to fill her mouth, creating the illusion that she might be suffering from tuberculosis. This clever ruse aimed to convince their captors that they were highly contagious, posing a risk to them. Astonishingly, this tactic worked. The Gestapo, fearful of potential infection and disease spread, decided to release both KRYSTYNA and Andrzej. By exploiting their captors' fear of a contagious illness, they successfully escaped the immediate danger they faced. One of SKARBEK's most notable accomplishments was her pivotal role in the liberation of her compatriot, Franciszek Szkniski, who was imprisoned by the Gestapo. SKARBEK fearlessly infiltrated the prison, successfully secured his release, and skillfully smuggled him to safety. Tragically, SKARBEK's life was unexpectedly cut short. In 1952, she was tragically murdered in London by a former lover. Another unforgettable figure from the war is Odette SANSOM. Later known as Odette Churchill, born in France, she became a British spy and an agent of the Special Operations Executive, making significant contributions during World War II. SANSOM's journey into espionage began when she joined the Women's Auxiliary Air Force as a driver and later transferred to the First Aid Nursing Yeomanry. In 1942, she was recruited by Special Operations Executive (SOE) and underwent rigorous training to prepare for her undercover operations. SANSOM's most remarkable mission unfolded in occupied France, parachuting into the country in April 1943 under the alias Lisa. She worked alongside her commanding officer, Captain Peter Churchill, to establish a network of courageous resistance fighters. Tragically, their mission was compromised, and in 1943, they were arrested by the Gestapo. Subjected to daily torture, they remained resolute and did not divulge any valuable information to their captors. Odette remained stoic in the face of adversity, showing courage and resilience, refusing to reveal any sensitive information despite the pain, torture, and interrogation. She even falsely confessed to being Churchill's wife to protect him from further harm. Odette was held in various prisons and concentration camps, including Ravensbrück, where she faced extreme hardships. Fortunately, she managed to survive until her liberation in 1945. And that's a wrap for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Stay safe out there.